Good afternoon, everyone. Well, it's almost afternoon. Gordy Kosfeld here at the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis, ready to begin our 78th year of baseline-to-baseline coverage of the boys' state high school basketball tournament. Earlier, Tartan, the number one seed here in Class 4A, the Tartan Titans, took care of business rather easily, rather handily. A 72-44 win over Blaine. Blaine ends their season, well, I guess they don't. They go into the consolation bracket, but they're 22-7 heading into the consolation bracket. Tartan has won 30 games. They have not lost a single game, and I pretty much guarantee you they have a chip on their shoulder, not being the number one seed when they haven't lost a game all season long, and they have the 7 QR app, which I really scratch my bald head over. Our broadcasts throughout this week at the State Boys Basketball Tournament are a service of Ackerman Accounting and Tax Service Owatonna by the Goodhue County ADA, J-Mo's Bowl in Faribault, where you always strike a great meal. H&R Block with offices in Faribault, in Owatonna, and in Lakeville. And by Taji Jewelry in Kenyon. You don't want just any diamond. You want a Taji Jewelry diamond. Of course, Lakeville South and Chaska are going toe-to-toe here on the Target Center floor, the hardwood where the professionals roam here in downtown Minneapolis. And I noticed in the first game, and I notice it every year when we come here, the three-point line really throws these kids off. It's the farthest out, of course, line. And let's be honest, virtually, well, I would say most of these guys can probably hit an NBA three, but the percentages aren't as good as they are at the high school line. So I was just telling the guy here along press row, if I'm the coach, the last word out of the locker room is shoot the three-point basket behind the white line and not the blue line. Timberwolves logo at midcourt is facing me. I'm across from the scores table, nearly at midcourt here in the Target Center. The band you hear is Lakeville South Band to my right. The Chaska Band is on the end of the court to my left. Here in the first half, Chaska will be going left to right, and Lakeville South right to left on your radio dial. Lakeville South, the number 4 seed, the number 4 QRF, are 23-6 on the season. They average 69 points and give up 59. They've won 4 straight coming into the state tournament. The Chaska Hawks are the number 5 seed, the number 5 QRF, and they are 25-4 on the season. Yes, these two teams did play each other. It was the season opener for Lakeville South, and the Lakeville South Cougars came out on top 68-61. The 6 losses for Lakeville South this season, they lost to Farmington by 4 on the 16th of December. Of course, they would avenge that by winning the section final against Farmington by 5 points. They lost to Prior Lake by 39 on the 6th of January. They fell to Lakeville North twice on the 23rd of January, 65-57. And on the 24th of February, 67-63. And they also fell to Egan, 72-62, and Apple Valley, 77-68. Both teams are back on the floor after final instructions in their locker rooms. We'll be joining the public address announcer here shortly with the introduction of the starting lineups for this quarterfinal round Class 4A game between the Lakeville South Cougars, who are in black with maroon and gold trim that says South emblazoned across their chests, and the Chaska Hawks are in white with purple Chaska emblazoned across their chests with the purple numerals as they line up across from yours truly here at the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. Hope you enjoy our coverage during the course of this week. We've got this game and a game at 6 this evening between Goodhue and Perham, Class 2A quarterfinal. And we got a couple quarterfinal round games tomorrow, a Class 3A game between the Northfield Raiders and the Mankato East Cougars at noon. And then at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, At Williams, it's Waseca and Minnehaha Academy. Roy Koenig will have those two games over at Williams Arena. I think this is his 15th year doing coverage with yours truly, and I've been doing this since 1988. Of course, COVID year, the tournament was pulled, and I still count it as part of our coverage because we had it all sold and ready to go when the high school league decided not to have it to keep people healthy. Perfectly legitimate decision. I'm not saying it wasn't, but I'm still going to count that as a year because we certainly would have been there. And then in 2021, the high school league would not allow us to do our typical coverage. They said you can cover two teams, and we covered Hayfield. It's the only team we covered in 2021, and it just so happens they won a state title that year. In fact, they ended up with back-to-back state championships. Let's join the public address announcer here at the Target Center.
Senior number 2, Marquise Cotto. Junior number 5, Jordan Dick.
Well, I forgot that they introduced everybody, the managers, and I think they introduced the cheerleaders too, even though there's no television here in the quarterfinal round at the state tournament. So we'll hear from the good folks at Todgy Jewelry in downtown Kenyon.
Make it personal, make it Todgy Jewelry.
Awards by Todgy in Kenyon can assist you in recognizing someone with plaques or trophies in a variety of styles and price ranges. Say thanks to a dedicated employee. Reward a son or daughter's accomplishments. Whatever the occasion, Todgy Jewelry in Kenyon has the experience to assist in choosing the appropriate award. Teams throughout the area have used Awards by Todgy because they know the service is unmatched and the price is right.
Again, for those of you who may have missed it, Tartan won the earlier game, and they had no trouble over Blaine. The Tartan Titans, now 30-0 on the season, win 72-44.
Number 1, at guard, a 6'1" junior. Number 3, Eli Herzog. At guard, a 6'5" senior. Number 4, at forward, 6'6" sophomore. Number 15, and at guard, a 6'3" junior. Number 41, Chaska. The Hawks assistant coaches are Peyton Sanders and Nick Saban. The head coach of the Chaska Hawks is Nick Saban. Ladies and gentlemen, the Section 2 champions, the Chaska Hawks. Now let's meet the home team, the Lakeville South Cougars. Starting with the student manager, Annie Rasmussen. Student manager, Callie Drexler. Now let's meet the reserve players, starting with senior number 0, Oliver Haberman. Senior number 1, Nick Swanson.
Now introducing the managers and the reserves for Lakeville South.
Junior number 5, Noah Weaver. Senior number 10, Cam Yorkland Armstrong. Senior number 12, Tyler Steffen. Junior number 13, Onak. Junior number 14, Aiden Carlson. Junior number 15, Janari Johnson. Sophomore number 20, Teddy Hilliard. Sophomore number 21, Heiner Sanders. Sophomore number 22, Oliver Villalobos. And sophomore number 30, Carter Jungers. Those are the reserve players. Now let's meet the starting lineup for the Lakeville South Cougars. At guard, a 6'1" junior, number 3, Gavin Stewart. 6'3" senior. Number 4, Alan Johnson. At guard, a 6'3" senior. Number 11, PC Lee. At forward, a 6'5" sophomore. Number 23, Nolan Green. And at forward, a 6'5" senior. Number 24, Lakeville Sanders.
Well, the Lakeville South Cougars are coached by Joe Janquart. He's in his 14th season at Lakeville South. He has a record of 212 and 168. And the Chaska Hawks, Nick Hayes, in his 4th season, is 53 and 56 in his career. Lakeville South starts, if you missed it, 6'1" junior Gavin Stewart, Colin Johnson, a 6'3" senior, Casey Fleehey is a 6'3" senior, Nolan Green is 6'5" sophomore, and 6'5" senior Riker Sanders. For the Chaska Hawks, Eli Herzog is a 6'1" junior, Tyler Forrest is a 6'3" junior, 6'5" freshman, Jed Keenan, 6'5" senior, Evan Atkinson, and Callan Jokum is a 6'3" junior for the Chaska Hawks. As standing at the center circle is Sanders. Well, actually, I got one of the Chaska Hawks wrong here. It's Chase Metzold, the 6'6" sophomore, was jumping, and Lakeville South controls tap. Moving right to left on your radio dial with the basketball out front for Lakeville South. It's Colin Johnson. He gets it on the right wing. A stop pop from 3. It's no good. It was the White High School line. Metzold gets it out to Force. This guy can fly under the basket, whips it in the far corner, and it's going to be deflected by Lakeville South out of bounds. Just underway. Here from the Target Center, quarterfinal round, Class 4A action. There's inbounding. Looks like they were in a man on the inbounds pass, Lakeville South. As Forrest gets it on the right corner, looking to dribble penetrate, he dribbled it out of bounds. Did Chaska's Evan Atkinson. It's the first turnover of the game, and it goes to the Chaska Hawks. These two teams, as I mentioned, played earlier this season at a 7-point win for Lakeville South. Season opener for the Cougars. 68-61. As South working the ball around the three-point line. Dribble penetration. Kick to the right corner. They get it on the baseline. Looking to muscle his way in. Can't do so. Gets it out front. There's 7 seconds on the shot clock. Now back out front down the lane. The ball's deflected out of bounds, and they have 4 seconds to work with 16:58 to go. Nobody has scored yet. The nerves are in the tummies, I'm sure. No question about it. As inbounding for South will be Johnson, the senior. They line up down low. Actually, all 4 were down low. Shots up, no good. Right under the basket. Rebound tipped out. Taken down by Chaska. Coming out of there with it is Jokum. They get it on the left wing. Forrest has it. The ball will be in his hands a lot. He goes in the lane. Kicks it on the right wing for 3. It's good. Behind the NBA. Metzold hits the 3. And it's 3-0 Chaska. Remember, Chaska has just 4 losses on the season. 6 losses for Lakeville South. But again, South did beat Chaska in early December. So they know each other. Looking to back down. Now a pass is thrown out of bounds by Lakeville South, their first turnover. Green was backing down, and he threw it over the head of the man in the far corner and over the bench of Chaska. Tyler Forrest, he's a 6'3" junior, and he runs the show for the Hawks. Handoff goes out high, looking to bully his way to the basket. They get it to Metzold on the right wing. Metzold gets it back to Forrest. Forrest to Netzold, who hit that three. Back to Forrest for three. It's no good. An air ball might have been partially blocked. Coming back the other way, Lakeville South. And I don't know if this is their game or not. Their scores don't show this. Going down the lane, stops, pops, and misses. Rebound taken down by Chaska. Boy, that was a point-blank shot that was missed by Johnson, the senior. As Chaska comes down the floor, Johnson steals it away from the Hawk. Rolls it like a bowling ball to his teammate. Turnover number 2 by Chaska. They're up 3-0. We're about 2.5 minutes into the game. Johnson on the right wing gets it on the block. Looking to dribble penetrate is Sanders. Sanders will pass it all the way into the left corner for three. It's no good. Rebound tipped, and they're going to have a foul called on Lakeville South, I think, on the rebound. It is. It's called on Sanders. That's his first. He was trying to reach over the top. The guy was boxing him out beautifully. The guy is Callan Jokum, and he's got some muscles, the 6'3" junior. Put together lad as Forrest brings it up, jogs it across that blue midcourt line here at the Target Center. Handoff goes out front, and we're going to have a illegal screen by Chaska, their third turnover. But so far, South has not been able to score off any of these. And now Chaska will put on some pressure as Lakeville South will inbound the ball. The toss comes in from Fleehee. Johnson looks to walk the ball up, has one long sock on his left leg, and his right leg sock is lower. Dribbling on the baseline, they get it back on the left wing, back out front. Now swing it all the way across in the lane, back and down. Now they get it in the corner. Johnson for three. It's no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds and belongs to Chaska. Conclusion of our game, we'll have our Goodhue County ADA player or players of the game, courtesy of the Goodhue County ADA. They remind us all to get our 3 every day of dairy. And that player of the game will more than likely probably, I'm guessing, be a fan of milk or cheese at least. Ice cream. Down the lane. I was blocked by the official. Shot's no good. Rebound in the corner for three. It's no good. Rebound chased down by Lakeville South, and they're off to the races. They had a 3-on-2 and did not take advantage of it. He brought it out. Wow. Scoop pass down on the baseline, right side of the hoop. Now he gets it on the right wing, all the way across the floor. Dribble penetrates, goes in, and missed the layup. Rebound taken down. Boy, that was a point-blank shot. Looked like he could have dunked it, Herzog, and he didn't. Shots up, no good. Rebound taken down by Lakeville South. I think the Butterflies are coming out of the tummy now. It's 3-0. Chaska, here's a three. It's good. Fleehee hits the triple. And we're tied at 3. On the Taji Jewelry of Kenyon scoreboard, you don't want just any diamond. You want a Taji Jewelry diamond. Forrest looks to dribble penetrate. High screen a couple of different ways. They get it out front. You thought about the three. It would have been a 3 high school league, not the association league, NBA. Forrest goes skipping through the lane. He makes the basket. And I think they called an offensive foul. Forrest can't believe it. I tend to kind of agree with him. The man was moving, but Forrest is getting his first foul, and Lakeville South will get the ball, and that'll be the 4th turnover as they lose a possession. 13:16 to go. We're tied at 3 on the Taji Jewelry scoreboard. Johnson jogs the ball up across midcourt, passes it on the right lane. They got a high screener at the free throw line, trying to free somebody up. Now pass goes on the left wing. They've really spread the floor here. Lakeville South trying to get somebody right to get to the basket. Chaska's really clogging that lane. Here's a fade away. It's no good. Rebound taken down by the Hawks. Coming out of there with it is Keenan. He's a freshman. Looks to dribble penetrate. Gets it back out front. Forrest on the wing. We got a new Hawk in there. We'll get him for you in a moment. Shots up off glass, and he scores. Matthew Welter. He's a 6'7" senior, just scored. Nice kiss off glass, and it's 5-3 Chaska. Looking to dribble, penetrate Johnson. Almost lost it. Now he throws it out. It almost was over and back, and now it's a turnover by Lakeville South. Coming back the other way, Chaska. Lob pass to Forrest. He goes baseline, spins in the lane, gets it on the left wing for three, and it's good. Hitting his second triple is Metzold. Shots up, no good by Lakeville South. They're down 8-3 here early. Pass goes on the left wing. Metzold gets it back out front. Spin by Forrest. Goes in. Scoops right-handed. Left side missed. Rebound taken out by the Lakeville South Cougars. Nathan Owada, a 6'4" senior. He's going to shoot the three. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Metzold. Metzold gets it to one of the new Chaska Hawks in the game, Marquise Cano. He's a 6'1" senior. Forrest scoops it back to him, drives on the baseline. He might have stepped out of bounds. Bounce pass goes at the free throw line. A handoff goes back to Connell. Goes in. Layup is good. It's actually a little backward flip finger roll. That was impressive. I don't know. He knew what proper English to put on the ball. That was awesome. 11 minutes to go, first half. Chaska's open up a 10-3 lead on the Taji Jewelry Downtown Kenyon scoreboard. As the Cougars bring the ball up, Nicholas Swanson's in the game, 6' senior. Johnson dribbles right, goes left, stops. He's triple team, goes up, just throws up a prayer. Rebound put back up by South. It's no good. We got a tie up. Two guys clunk their heads on the floor here, and it's Chaska's ball in the tie up. 10 minutes, 41 seconds to go in this first half. All our statistics throughout the tournament, a service of H&R Block offices in Lakeville, in Faribault, and in Owatonna. At H&R Block, they certainly do know their taxes. No computer program can come up with every single tax question. More subs are coming in. There's no substitute for the quality service you receive from Ackerman Accounting and Tax Service in Owatonna. As in the game for the Cougars is Oliver Haberman. He's a 6' senior. They got a three. A three, and Chaska's up 13-3. Here's a three from the left corner by South. No good. Rebound taken out by the Hawks. Well, the Hawks knew they were defeated by this team early in the year, that they wanted to get back to them, right? And they've come out on fire. As Lakeville South, in the man defense, they help out quite a bit. They get ball back up, almost stolen away, going down the lane. Pass underneath, was knocked away. Gets back, and nice score by Welter. His second basket. Last one was a fadeaway off glass. This one was a little hook shot, little 2-footer. And guess who needs a timeout? Lakeville South. It's 15-3 Chaska Hawks. Man, are they flying like a hawk here in the first half. Points in the paint feature this year, a service of J-Mo's Bowl in Faribault. At J-Mo's, you always strike a great meal. Get signed up for volleyball leagues. That's starting soon. They invite everybody in the South Metro to come on down to J-Mo's Bowl and have some fun this spring and summer. JMosBowl.com is where it's JMOS. Bowl.com for details. Gordy Kosfeld here at the KDHL Sports Microphone on KDHL AM Faribault, Minnesota, Town Square Media Station, where the Target Center, with their 9:45 to go in the first half, and a 15-3 Chaska Hawks lead. They've already hit a few threes. Here's another steal. Forrest comes back up the floor into the basket, missed the layup, but he got fouled in the process. Quick hands that time as he got in that passing lane and got the steal. I didn't catch who the foul was on. And cranking my head up to see the scoreboard as the free throw is good by Forrest. They said the number. I don't think they said a number that's on the floor. so, he'll have another. And he swishes them both. His first points of the game. 17-3 Chaska. Danger of blowing this game open. Only one basket for South. And we're almost 10 minutes into the game. Here's another three, and it's good. Fleehey gets his second triple of the game. He's the only one to score for Lakeville South. Pretty rare that one guy beats 12 or 13. Ball's knocked away. And it's a turnover by Chaska. That is their fifth already. Going in, another, oh my, Forrest just absolutely skied to block that ball. What an incredible athletic block. He was going in for a layup, and I mean, he soared high in the air like a hawk and got his wing out there and blocked it away. They're showing a highlight now on the screen. Been quite a buzz here in the Target Center. That was incredible. He showed some hops like Anthony Edwards has on this floor, only he's 4 inches shorter. Looking at Billy's way to the basket. They've got a travel, and they're not going to call that, I don't think. They'll call a blocking foul. Looked to me like he traveled. Lakeville South's Nolan Green is going to go to the free throw line. He was shooting. So Green is at the free throw line. And he makes the first one. I really do not like the format of these live stats. They got fancy colors and everything. I just want to see a box score, man. There we go. I think I found it. As he makes the free throws. 17-8. Chaska on the Taji Jewelry downtown Kenyon scoreboard. And most of their points have been beyond they haven't been in the J. Moles Bowl paint, I can tell you that. Most of them. Here's a three. It's no good. Getting the rebound for the Cougars. Gavin Stewart. Pass on the left wing. Stewart goes back in. Right-handed left side scoop off glass. Stewart scores in the J. Moles Bowl paint. Make sure you sign up for those volleyball leagues. Folks, they invite everybody to come on over. I mean everybody from 0 to 100. Well, maybe not 0, but Forrest fakes left, goes right, pass it in the right corner. Looking to go baseline to get it back in the lane. Nice cutter to get it back on the free throw line. Good movement here. Chaska, quick movement with the ball. Going in, passes it on the left corner. Looking to dribble, penetrate. Spin move off glass, missed it. Rebound taken down by the Cougars. Cougars come flying up the floor. They can get to 10 points here, and they make a layup. Green scores points in the J. Moles Bowl paint. Forrest goes under the basket, missed the layup. Rebound taken down by Lakeville South. Lakeville South comes flying up the floor. They've cut this to a 5-point deficit here. Looked like they were going to get blown out of this place. As Lakeville South, good ball movement on the baseline. Looks like they were nervous maybe early, and now they're not so. Here comes in, and layup is good by Stewart. Scooped it left-handed off glass. More points in the J. Moles Bowl paint. And the Cougars have cut this to a one-possession game with 7:11 to go. Handoff. Forrest thinks about the NBA three. Drives right side of the lane. Between the legs dribble. Now passing on the right lane. Metzold goes in, and floater is good. He's the man. He has a couple of threes. And Metzold gets the two, his first two of the game, and that was just outside the paint. It's 19-14. Here's a steal by Chaska. It was a bad pass. Fourth turnover by Lakeville South. Looking to dribble penetrate is Forrest. Passes it to Metzold. The NBA three. Bang! His third triple of this half. It's 22-14. Chaska Hawks on top with 6:23 to go. It's Lakeville South moving that ball around, not over. Both these teams really do a nice job of not over dribbling. Here's a triple. No good. Rebound taken down by Metzold. Gets it to Forrest. One-handed pass up the floor, half court. got him going. Here's a three. It's no good. Rebound taken down by the Cougars. Coming out of there with it is Fleehey. Fleehey dribbles to his right. He's got a couple of threes. He keeps the ball in his hands, dribbles to the right corner. Passes it out front. Whoop. Somebody got in the way. Then the handoff goes left side. Free throw line extended. Good for Lakeville South's Oliver Haberman. So he gets his first basket of this game. And it's 22-16 as Forrest dribbles right side of the lane. It looked like he might have got fouled there. No call. Metzel gets out to the top of the key. Swings it on the left side. Now Chaska asking for a screen. Is the big fella. Goes in the lane. Scoops it in the corner. Here's a triple for three. It's good. Another triple. Evan Atkinson gets this one for Chaska. His first basket. It's 25-16. Hawks have punched it back up to 9 after it was down to 3. Lakeville South with the basketball right to left on your radio dial. Looking to dribble penetrate was Green. Here's a three left corner. Bang! Gavin Stewart hits the triple. His first triple. The third three for Lakeville South. Shots off glass by Forrest and he scores. His first field goal. He's got 4 points, 2 free throws. 27-19 Chaska on the Taji Jewelry scoreboard. Pass on the baseline, going right to the basket and scoring is Sanders. Riker Sanders gets his first basket. As Forrest again gets in attack mode under the basket, passes into the left corner for three. It's no good. Rebound coming out of there with it is Haberman. He'll bring it up the floor with a left-handed waist-high dribble. A little stutter step out front, gets it on the left wing, and then he'll go back into that left corner. They swing it all the way to Stewart on the right side. Stewart with his bright tennies shoots the three. It's no good. Rebound taken down by, nobody yet. And now I think we're going to have a kick of the ball, they say, and the ball's going to go to Chaska. Both teams are going to make some substitutes. There's no substitute for the quality of service you get from Ackerman Accounting and Tax Service in Owatonna. See if I can find the split box. That's what I want, the split box. There it is. There we go. 50% shooting for the Hawks, 35% for the Cougars. First our stats, the service at H&R Block. They've got offices in Lakeville, in Owatonna, and in Faribault. Hand off to Forrest. Told you hear his name a lot. Passes in the left corner. Metzel gets it on the block. Looking to go and kind of bullies his way to the basket. Scores is Welter. His third bucket there in the J-Mo's Bowl paint. I did not see who the foul was on again because you can't see the referee's fingers. And they don't flash them on the screen. It'd be nice if they flashed. So Welter is at the charity stripe. He's got an ugly knee brace on his left knee. I used to have to wear one on both knees when I was a kid. Misses the free throw. So Johnson back in the game for the South Cougars. Brings it up across midcourt with a right-handed dribble. Gets two high screens to try and free him. It doesn't work. Here's a three out top. He missed it. Rebound taken down by Chaska's Metzel. Metzel gets it. Cannell gets it back on the right side. Looking to dribble penetrate. Dribbles it off his foot. Ooh, they're going to give the ball to Chaska. Yeah, I was going to say his partner said no, it was off his foot. And so they got that right. Forrest is back in the game. Boy, he did not have much of a breather there as Marquise Cannell checked in for him for just a brief one trip down the floor. 3:10 to go here in the first half. It's 29-21 Chaska. The Hawks and the Cougars, the 4 and 5 seed. The Cougars are the 4 seed. Of course, they beat Chaska. That may be the reason why. These two teams are very evenly matched. Johnson has the ball out front. Metzel's trying to cover him. They get on the right wing. Stewart gets it back out front to Johnson. Between the legs dribble. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Elevated 15-footer, no good. Rebound Metzel gets it on the right wing. And coming flying up the floor is Keenan. Jed Keenan. He's the young man. Matthew Welter, by the way, is the 6'7" senior with a knee brace, and he gets the ball from Forrest. Good post-entry pass there. Post offenses, we're seeing it here, and you don't see it a lot these days. Welter gets it, almost threw it out of bounds. That was a great catch in the far corner, but losing the ball is Chaska. They've had just too many turnovers, but they're ahead by 8. Johnson dribbles to his right. Shooting has been the difference here. Bounce pass goes in the corner. Now they get it back out front. Stewart will swing it all the way around to Johnson. Johnson backs up with a left-handed dribble. Gets it back out front now for the South Cougars off glass. That's a missed layup. Scooped around the left side. Did Riker Sanders, and he couldn't get it to go down. It's 29-21 as Chaska's going to shoot a 3. It's an air ball. Shot by Welter. That's a team rebound, I guess, for Lakeville South. 29-21 is our score. The Hawks leading. The Chaska Hawks leading the Lakeville South Cougars. We had another substitute coming in here. There's no substitute for the quality service you get at Ackerman Accounting and Tax Services in Owatonna. In the game for Chaska is Eli Herzog, the 6'1" junior. Starter back on the floor. Johnson looks to bring the ball up. Forrest wants to give him some pressure coming up the floor. Now Forrest has a foul, remember, an offensive foul earlier. Bounce pass goes in the corner. Lakeville South right to left on your radio dial, right side of the hoop. They get it back to Johnson. Now on the left wing. Johnson runs all the way to the other side of the floor. They'll lob the pass. Stewart does on the right side to Fleehey. Here's a corner. Green gets it back to Stewart. Long 3. Oh, he hit the 3. It was well behind the NBA line. Wow. Stewart from literally downtown Minneapolis hit that one. It's 29-24 Chaska. Forrest dribbles one way, then the other. Scoops it off the glass. Missed it. Rebound taken down by Lakeville South. South coming back the other way. And Johnson goes dribbling down the lane, loses the ball, and they're going to get the ball back to Lakeville South. Evidently somebody touched it that I did not see. The officials were right there, though, so I assume they got the call right. Lob pass comes out front. It's 29-24. Johnson at the free throw line, lobs it underneath, wide open basket. A little reverse layup by Nolan Green. And ladies and gentlemen, it's a one-possession game again with 21 seconds to go in the half. As Forrest walks the ball up there, going for the last shot. 15 seconds. He's dribbling out front. Looking to pressure him is Sanders. Sanders trying to stay with Forrest. That's tough. Gets a high screen. He stayed with him. Dribbles to his right. Forrest still has it. He's going to shoot with 2 seconds. Oh, he hit the 3. An NBA 3 at the buzzer by Forrest. A step back 3 by the 6'3" junior for the Chaska Hawks. And your halftime score is Chaska 32. Lakeville South 26 on the Taji Jewelry Downtown Kenyon scoreboard. Scored the best selection of jewelry in the area. Head to Taji Jewelry in downtown Kenyon. Wow. Halftime, our statistics will be a service of H&R Block with offices in Faribault, in Lakeville, and in Owatonna. Over 70 years of tax experience. They are your tax experts. Will have those in just 90 seconds.
At J-Mo's Bowl in Faribault, you always strike a great meal, and now's the time to get your team signed up for sand volleyball. Whether you're a serious competitor or just out for laughs and exercise, J-Mo's has 6 quality sand courts ready for every skill level. The deadline to register is April 16th, with games starting the week of April 27th and running through mid-August. Ages 16 and under need permission. And don't forget the food. Fall off the bone, delicious ribs, juicy burgers, pasta, spectacular homemade pizza. All are welcome at J-Mo's Bowl, 1802 4th Street, Northwest Faribault. Get the details at jmosbowl.com. When you're ready to file your taxes, your neighborhood H&R Block is here to provide the expertise and care you deserve in Faribault, Owatonna, and Lakeville. Just walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy and your maximum refund guarantee. So file with confidence, knowing your local tax experts are here when and where you need them at H&R Block, Owatonna, Faribault, and Lakeville. All tax situations are different. Not everyone gets a refund. Limitations apply. See hrblock.com/guarantee.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, the Goodhue Soil and Water Conservation District doesn't sit on the sidelines. They're proud to show up for Goodhue County Athletics as sponsors of all playoff games. From Goodhue to Cannon Falls, Kenyon, Wanamingo to Zumbrota, Mazeppa, they support the students, families, and communities that make this county strong. Teamwork doesn't just happen on the court. It happens in our fields, waterways, and across our communities. Good luck from Goodhue Soil and Water Conservation District, putting conservation into action.
It's halftime here at the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. Boy, what a half we've seen. Chaska looked like they were going to blow Lakeville South out the door. One time they were up double digits, but it is a 6-point lead here at the half with Chaska on top 32-26 thanks to a three-pointer right at the buzzer by Tyler Forrest, their outstanding 6'3" junior point guard who has 7 points here at the half. Leading the way for Chaska with 11 points is Metzold. Metzold leading with 11 points here at the half. Chase is a 6'6" sophomore. He's the only guy in double figures for the Chaska Hawks. And then there are 5 points scored here by Keenan, 4 points by Welter, 3 points by Atkinson on a triple, and 2 points by Cannell. Chaska is shooting 50% here at the half, 12 of 24 from the field. They're also 50% from three-point land, 6 of 12, and a few of those were from the NBA range. They are 2 for 3 from the free throw line. They have 15 rebounds compared to Lakeville South's 12, so fairly close. South is shooting 36%. They're shooting 33% from three-point land, though. There's 4 of 12. And 10 assists for Lakeville South on 10 field goals. 7 assists on 12 field goals for the Chaska Hawks. We got some other statistics we want to share with you. Thanks to the folks at H&R Block with offices in Lakeville, in Faribault, and in Owatonna, where you get your maximum refund guaranteed. We'll check those out right after these messages.
Your local Goodhue County dairy farmers would like to give you a friendly reminder that dairy is locally driven and powered by families like ours. When you grab that cheese, yogurt, ice cream, or milk, you're not just getting something delicious. You're supporting hardworking dairy farm families right in your own backyard. Support your local Goodhue County dairy farming families. From farm to fridge, real dairy, real local, real good. This message is brought to you by the Goodhue County Midwest Dairy Association and the dairy farmers of Goodhue County. Proud to support our communities and wishing all local athletes good luck this season. Discover the finest jewelry collection in southern Minnesota, right in downtown Kenyon at Todgy Jewelry. With an extensive selection to suit every style and budget, you'll find everything from timeless watches and elegant jewelry to unique money clips and more. Personalize your gift with a custom engraving. Add a name, a special message, or both to make it truly one of a kind. Because you don't want just any diamond. You want a Todgy Jewelry diamond. At J-Mo's Bowl in Faribault, you always strike a great meal. Now they're your go-to for graduation party catering. Let J-Mo's prepare and deliver the food right to you, or host an unforgettable graduation open house right at J-Mo's with access to sand volleyball, darts, and bowling. Remember, Thursdays, bingo happens. Celebrate big this graduation season at J-Mo's Bowl, 1802 4th Street Northwest in Faribault. Other catering jobs also welcome. Go to jmosbowl.com for details.
Yeah, as our halftime rolls along, I'm going to check those points in the paint, courtesy of J. Mo's Bowl, where you always strike a great meal. I have a pointer for you. J. Mo's has the best food around. And as I just heard, they cater either in-house with volleyball, darts, and bowling fun, or deliver for those graduation open houses. Wouldn't it be great not to sit around twiddling your thumbs, looking at each other at a graduation open house and just have fun? Just have good fun with your friends, and maybe one of the last times you actually see them. I have another former classmates of mine, Little Spring Valley High School, Spring Valley, Minnesota, that I haven't seen since I graduated from high school. They don't come back to the reunions. Not everybody does. And so you never get a chance to see them again. Well, those points in the paint, according to the official stats, are 10-8 in favor of Lakeville South. Those are the points in the paint. Turnovers, 8 for Chaska and 4 for Lakeville South. Rebounds, as I mentioned, 15-12 in favor of the Hawks. Both teams have one offensive rebound. Assists, 10 for the Cougars and 7 for the Hawks. Blocks, each team has one of those. Steals, each team has 3 of those. Points off turnovers, 8 for the Hawks and 2 for the Cougars. That is kind of the difference here at the half, right? A 6-point differential. Points off turnovers, 8-2. Second chance points, 0 for either team, it says here. And I seem to recall a putback, at least one. Each team had 3 fouls in the first half as they pretty much let them play. And I like that, This is the state tournament. And not a lot of people like watching free throw shooting contests. So, well officiated first half. 32-26, Chaska on top as we get ready to start the second half here. Gordy Kosfeld at the KDHL Sports microphone. We'll have the 6 o'clock game tonight between Goodhue and Perham, a Class 2A quarterfinal round game. Earlier today, there was absolutely no trouble. I can't remember exactly what the halftime score was, but Tartan was well ahead. And they rolled 72-44 over Blaine. Tartan is undefeated. They're the number 1 seed in this Class 4A portion of the state boys basketball tournament. At 2 o'clock this afternoon, Apple Valley will take on the defending champs of Wayzata. They are the 2 seed. Wayzata is. Apple Valley, obviously, the 7 seed. They're 19-10. The Trojans are 25-3. And the 4 o'clock game, the final quarterfinal round of Class 4A, has defending state champion Alexander, who kind of came out of nowhere to win that championship a year ago, taking on the Maple Grove Crimson, who are the number 3 seed. The Crimson are 23-6. The Cardinals are 21-7 on the year. And then it'll be a couple of Class 2A quarterfinal round games. And as I said, I'll have the 6 o'clock one right on these airwaves. The 6 o'clock one between Goodhue and Perham. At 8 o'clock tonight, the defending state champs in Class 2A, the Albany Huskies, who also won in 2023, will be playing Jackson County Central. Yeah, you could have Goodhue and Jackson County Central either in the winner's bracket or the consolation round, playing each other in the next round on Friday is the semifinal for Class 2A. So if Goodhue were to win tonight, they wouldn't play again until 6 o'clock Friday night. Consolation bracket is on Thursday at 6 for Goodhue, if that's where they end up. We will have the Northfield games on consolation bracket. If they don't survive, tomorrow at noon, as Forrest is jawing with Johnson, and they might be talking about that block he had. Man, it was a highlight reel that'll probably be on every television station in the Twin Cities tonight. He got up in the air, his head was well over the rim. As we start the second half, Lakeville South with the ball, left to right on your radio dial. Their bench is nearly right across from me as they are down by 6 to start the second half. Remember, they won by 7 back in December. Here's a 3. Bang! Fleehey hits his 3rd triple of this game. That's right, his 3rd triple. And all of them have been beyond the NBA line. It's 32-29, a one-possession game again as Forrest thinks about the free, hit one of the buzzers to end the first half, gets it in the lane, it got knocked away. They get it back on the right side, Metzold for 3, bang, from NBA range. Metzold hits his 4th triple. He's the leading scorer on the floor. He's got 14 points. And there's still 16:55 to go in the regulation. The ball got tossed around and they're going to call a foul. And it looked like both guys caught the ball at the same time and they're going to call a foul against Lakeville South. Sanders, his 2nd. That's the first turnover of this half. So bringing the ball up the floor is Jokum. He's a 6'3" junior. Just walks the ball up, looks to his coach, dribbles to his left, goes in the lane, dribbles to his right, throws it up off glass and scores. Well, I guess it was ISO Mr. Jokum as his first basket right there with 16:30 to go in the regulation. Johnson brings the ball up the floor. That was points off a turnover. They got 10 of them now, and they're up by 8. And here's a near turnover again by South. Pass goes in the left corner to Stewart. He bounces it under basket to Johnson. Gets stolen away and then thrown off his teammate. Stealing the ball was Eli Herzog, but he threw it off the wrong guy's legs. Went out of bounds. It'll belong to Lakeville South. Again, moving left to right. They run that 4-low offense. Inbounds guy is not more than 3 feet away from the men on the floor. A lob pass comes in out top. They dribble the right side of the hoop, get in the right corner. Thought about a 3, goes in the lane, and the ball's deflected. Boy, this Chaska team does a nice job getting in those passing lanes. Ball got deflected. There's 6 seconds on the shot clock for Lakeville South. Find themselves down by 8 after cutting it to 3 again. Chaska's led pretty much this whole game as Johnson dribbles to his left and to his right. 2 seconds on the shot clock. He's forced to throw a threat. He scores it from NBA range. Wow. Johnson hits his first basket, and it's a triple, and brings them within 5 as Forrest dribbles left, rocks to his right, goes underneath the basket, looks to post up, gets it back top of the key. They swing it now to Herzog. Now they get it back on the right side to Forrest. Forrest fakes left, goes right, stops, pops, and scores. Not the NBA, but it is a 3-pointer by Forrest from the high school line. His 2nd triple, and it's 40-32. Another 8-point lead. Johnson between the legs dribble, bounces it on the left side, and then he runs into the right corner. As they get it back top of the key to Stewart. Stewart looks at Johnson, scoops it off glass as he went in, and I think he lost sight on the way. He got fouled. It's going to be on Atkinson, his first. At 6'1" junior Gavin Stewart has 10 points, is at the free throw line, and makes it. It rims in. He'll have another. On the Taji Jewelry Downtown Kenyon scoreboard, it's 40-33, Chaska Hawks. He makes it. 40-34. Well, if you're the Cougars, you're thinking we need a stop here. His literally holding him off is Jokum. His defender, he literally had his arm on the other guy's arm and held him literally off. Here's a 3, no good. Rebound over the top. Metzold did not get called for being over the top, and Herzog ends up with a deflection and scores. Well, he was leaning right over the top, and there was a proper box out. Coach used to say if you box out, you should get a foul call. Here's a ball knocked away. They get it back on the left wing. Looking to dribble penetrate is Johnson. He gets away with a push-off. Goes in the lane, pass it on the right side. In the lane, it's made by Stewart. He's got 14, and it's 42-36. Well, they are letting him play with a push-off. He drove and then pushed him off, literally pushed him off. Here's another elbow in the chest as Forrest was trying to get to the basket with Johnson guarding him. He's out front between the legs, dribbles to his right, passes it in the right corner. A couple of left-handed dribbles. Atkinson goes in as a block from behind, and it goes out of bounds. 8 seconds on the shot clock. As Chaska getting ready to bring in a sub. Likewise, Lakeville South, there's no substitute for the quality service you receive from Ackerman Accounting and Tax Service in Owatonna. And those JMO Bowl points in the paint are now tied at 12 apiece, according to the official stats. Pass comes in the right corner. They get it back top of the key. They'll swing it to Forrest. Forrest dribbles, stops, pops, 3, no good. Rebound taken down by Lakeville South's Sanders. Riker, the 6'5 senior. Stewart gets it out front to Johnson. Johnson with that tall left sock, short right sock. Bounce pass goes on the left side. Back to Johnson. Drives left baseline. He's shut off there by Forrest. Now looking to go Johnson. Lobs it on the right side. We had an open 3, and they're going to have a foul from somewhere. Yeah, the foul's going to be on Jed Keenan. He's a freshman. Pass comes out front for Lakeville South. I'll get you their sub in just a second. Johnson gets it on the baseline. As Forrest is trying to guard this guy much taller. Here's a 3. It's good. Green hits the triple. He's got 9, and it's 42-39, back to a one-possession game. Lakeville South just can't get a stop when they get it down to 3. Chaska, nice lob pass into Forrest. Forrest had somebody on his back, literally. It's a 3, and it's good by Metzold, another NBA 3. Metzold's having a day, man. His 4th triple, and it's 45-39. See what I mean? They just can't get a stop. Looking to go down the lane is Johnson, dribbling right. Lakeville South, he's underneath, gets triple team, reverse layup is no good. Rebound, jumping around, coming out of there with it are the Cougars. Johnson passes it on the right side to Stewart. Stewart scoops it behind him. Now they get it back out front. Johnson, 13 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson goes right side of the lane. Look to pass it in the corner. We're going to have a foul as he was going to pass it to a teammate. Chaska does a great job of converging on the ball, having multiple guys, and making you uncomfortable. Foul is called on Herzog for the Hawks. As checking out is Stewart, and coming in for Lakeville South is Nathan Owada, the 6'4 senior. Pass goes underneath, shots up no good, but he's fouled by Welter, who just checked in for the Chaska Hawks. Trying to get more points in the J-Mo's Bowl paint. I got a pointer for you. J-Mo's has the best food around. Their ribs are drop off. They're going good. They cater either in-house with volleyball, darts, and bowling fun at your service, or deliver for those graduation open houses coming up in just a couple months. Free throw is no good. Ripped out by Green. Not a lot of free throw shot in this game. They are letting them play. He got bumped pretty strong on that foul. And he hits the second one. 3 for 4 from the free throw line this half is Lakeville South, and Chaska's not shot a free throw. They're up by 5 with 11:59 to go. Ball gets knocked away from the Chaska Hawk. He gets the ball back under the basket, almost double dribbled. It's going to be a turnover by Chaska. They had cut down on those after that first half when they gave up the ball way too much, but they had the lead of 6. They're up by 5 now. South trying to cut into it. Running through the lane. Lakeville South, constant movement on the floor by the guys without the ball. And good defense here by Chaska. Here's a 3. Bang! An NBA triple. Green hits his second triple. He's got 7 this half. And we got a 2-point game going in. Shot Forrest, no good. Blocked out of bounds. And they're going to give the ball back to Chaska. Lakeville South thought somebody from Chaska touched the ball, but I don't think so. Forrest will inbound it in the corner. The officials are trying to get something sorted out here, I guess. Pass comes on the left wing. I don't know what that was all about. To get top of the key, looking to dribble penetrate on the right side of the lane. He bullies his way, misses the shot, goes back up, misses the shot again. Rebound comes out. Metzold gets it top of the key. Left side of the lane, shot good. At first you don't succeed. Try again. Jokum gets the layup in the J-Mo's Bowl paint. It's 47-43 Chaska with 10:58 to go in regulation on the Taji Jewelry Downtown Kenyon scoreboard. You don't want just any diamond. You want a Taji Jewelry diamond.
Make it personal. Make it Taji Jewelry.
Awards by Taji and Kenyon can assist you in recognizing someone with plaques or trophies in a variety of styles and price ranges. Say thanks to a dedicated employee. Reward a son or daughter's accomplishments. Whatever the occasion, Taji Jewelry and Kenyon has the experience to assist in choosing the appropriate award. Teams throughout the area have used Awards by Taji because they know the service is unmatched and the price is right.
Gordy Costello here at the KDHL Sports microphone. The Lakeville South Band is the band you hear in the background. Chaska's on the other end of the floor. I'm kind of on the Lakeville South end of the floor. We're sort of at midcourt. We're kind of even with the top of the key in what is now Lakeville South's end of the floor. It looked like they were going to get blown out early. They only scored 3 points in the first nearly 10 minutes of the game. But they got it to 6 at the half. And now they're down by 4 and with the ball with 10:58 to go. Is looking to bring the ball up the floor is Fleehey. Got a couple of triples in this game. I think they're going to try and get it back to him, but boy, they're jumping on him. Fleehey gets the ball back. He dribble penetrates, gets it on the right side, in the lane, shots up, it's no good. Rebound taken down by Chaska. Missing that shot for the Cougars was Nicholas Swanson. Was out front with the basketball for the Hawks is Jokum. Here's a 3, it's no good. Rebound tipped around. And Lakeville South will get the ball. It's off of, they say, Welter. It did look like Welter was right on the back of one of the South Cougars, too, as far as that goes. 10:22 to go. They said they're letting them play. It's 47-43. So walking the ball up is Fleehey. Remember, he's got a couple of triples. Has that left thumb bandage of some sort there. Almost looks like one of those bowling gloves. Pass goes on the left wing. Speaking of J-Mo's Bowl, gets it back out to Fleehey. Fleehey guarded by Forrest. Right side. Here's a shot from 3. It's no good. Almost got wedged in between the rim and here's a rebound by South. Goes in and passes it in the corner. Left side of the hoop. Here's a 3. It's short. Rebound yanked down by Forrest. He skied for that one. 6'3" junior point guard is good. Bounces it ahead. Almost got a steal underneath the basket. Shot. No, he went up and came down. They say he touched the ball. Betzold misses a 3. Rebound pops down. Chaska's owning glass right now, and there's a 3, and it's good. And we got a foul, I think, with a basket count is the question. No basket. 50-43. There's no basket. They kicked it out. He did hit the basket, did Jed Keenan, the 6'5 freshman. But the basket does not count. I don't believe. It's 50-43 on the Taji Jewelry Downtown Kenyon scoreboard. So it's 50-43. Actually, I think they just said the basket was good. On the left wing, Johnson has a little skip in his step on the left corner, gets it. Dribbling into the lane to get it back top of the key to Feehee. Johnson now has it. Betzold was trying to cover him. Betzold down the lane. Johnson scoops off glass, misses. Rebound taken down by the Chaska Hawks. They're up by 7 with 8:55 to go. Forrest with that ball. Dribbles to the right, goes in and misses. Rebound taken down, put back up, no good. And we're going to have a foul on Lakeville South. Boy, I tell you, when Forrest puts his head down and he wants to get somewhere, he gets there. The foul is going to be on Green. And at the free throw line is going to be Welter, shooting 2. Has a chance to put his team up by 9 with 8:47 to go. And he swishes the free throw. These are the first free throws shot this half by Chaska. It's been a pretty physical game. And I would say that it's been consistent in terms of the calls. Kind of game I like watching. I don't like watching a lot of free throws. He makes one, misses one. Here's a 3 by Forrest. Bang! His third triple. He's got 14. It's 54-43, a double-digit lead. And here's a Fleehee. Missed 3. Rebound taken out by Lakeville South to get in the middle of the lane. Johnson was open for a moment, but boy, Forrest came over in a heartbeat. Gets the ball back. Johnson, top of the key, swings down in the lane. Misses another layup. Rebound taken down by Chaska. Forrest passes it on the right side. Looking to go in. Shots up. It's good, and he's fouled. Chaska's Evan Atkinson, the 6'5 senior, scores his second basket, and he has a chance for a three-point play the old-fashioned way. I think they called the foul on South's Fleehee, and the Cougars want a timeout. 8:11 to go. They punched it up to a 13-point lead, the Chaska Hawks, looking for win number 26. If they win this game, they will take on the number 1 seed Tartan Titans on Thursday at 6 at the barn. And Lakeville South would go down to the consolation bracket, and they would play at 10 in the morning on Thursday at Concordia University in St. Paul. As the Cougar band trying to crank up their team. Well, it seemed like just a heartbeat ago it was a 3-point game. It was a 2-point game. And now it's up to 13. Cougars have missed a lot of points in the J. Moles Bowl paint. 16-12 now in favor of the Hawks. According to the official statistics here, second chance points too are 11-1 in favor of the Hawks. Now they have really banged the offensive glass. 7 offensive rebounds to the Cougars 4. Total rebounds are now 25-16 in favor of Chaska. They have really owned the glass this half. So at the free throw line, trying to complete a 3-point play the old-fashioned way, is Evan Atkinson, the 6'5 senior. Towing the line, right to left on your radio dial, with 8:11 to go in regulation, and he makes it. He's got 6. Shooting percentages are still 50% for Chaska and now 37% for Lakeville South. That's clearly the difference in this game. South just can't get it to go in the basket. They've been attacking the basket too. Looking to dribble, penetrate. He gets double team, goes in, and we're going to have a foul on Chaska. Nice little bit of footwork that time by Lakeville South's Riker Sanders. He's a 6'5 senior. Forrest gets called for his second foul. As Sanders is at the free throw line for the first time here today, and it rims in. We'll have another. We'll have the 6 o'clock game tonight between Goodhue and Perham on these airwaves. Part of our baseline-to-baseline coverage, the Boys State Tournament. He missed the second one. And Johnson got the rebound, went in for a basket, and got fouled. And Forrest might have just got his third. There were 2 guys there. He could have called it on either one of them. And they didn't call it on Forrest. They did call it on Forrest. That's his third. So Forrest has 3 fouls now. And he obviously handles the ball a lot for the Chaska Hawks. 7:49 to go, a 13-point Chaska lead. If I'm Lakeville South, I go after him next trip down the floor. Johnson's free throw is good. Colin Johnson, the 6'3" senior, has 4 points. He's the primary ball handler for the Cougars. And he makes the second one. 7 of 9 from the free throw line is South this half. It's 57-46 as they put on some pressure here. Forrest passes it across midcourt. And we have a foul way out front against Jokum. Johnson gets called for that foul. His first. 7:39 to go. Coach Jancourt decides to put some pressure on. They almost have to, right? Chaska can milk some clock here, make those Goodhue County dairy producers kind of proud. We'll be choosing our Goodhue County 88 players of the game after the game, and I don't know why the whistle just blew, but looked like a turnover to me by Chaska. We're going to go down to the other end. I think Forrest just got called for his 4th foul, and I did not see a foul there. He lost the ball, tried to get it back, and that's the only one I can think of. Haberman's going to the free throw line here. So with 4 fouls, Forrest has to take a seat. That is huge for Chaska. Free throw is no good. That does not help the Cougars. 57-46, Cougars down to the Hawks. Going right to the basket and scoring. And I mean right to the basket is Jokum. He's got 6. As Johnson, little crossover. Connell is in there for Forrest, who's probably going to have to sit till about 4 minutes to go, would be my guess. In the lane, South, little missed a point-blank hook shot under the basket. South has just not been able to fill the hole. Sanders missed that little 2-footer. Pass goes on the left wing. Here's a triple. It's no good. Rebound. Nobody grabbed it for Lakeville South, and all of a sudden Chaska came out of there with it. Now we're going to have a foul on the Cougars. It's going to be on the young man who missed the 3, Eli Herzog, his second. And so at the free throw line is Atkinson, who hit a free throw earlier in this half. He's got 6 points. And the free throw's good. So with Forrest sitting on the, well, I was going to say the bench, but it's actually a cushioned chair. With Forrest sitting on the cushioned chair, Chaska's actually gained points. And South just cannot fill the basket. They cannot make any points in the JMOS Bowl paint. Sign up for those volleyball leagues, folks. JMOSbowl.com. Atkinson hits the free throws, and it's 61-46. Johnson throws it in the corner left side of the hoop. South needs to score in a hurry. In the corner, driving right baseline is Cougars. Johnson gets it back in a lot of traffic. Man, they really collapse on the ball handler coming in and scoring. But it took a while with Stewart. He's got 16. And with 6 minutes to go, it's a 61-48 Chaska Hawks lead. Going right to the basket. The ball stolen away. Pass, it was Leahy. He'll stow it, goes in. Layup is, no, they missed another layup. Rebound taken down, and we got a scrum on the middle of the lane, and they're going to call a timeout. Johnson did, trying to get the ball. I guess they didn't call the tie-up. He must have gotten the timeout. 61-48 with 5:51 to go. Lakeville South. I don't have a shot chart. If I had a shot chart, the number of layups that the Cougars have missed it's got to be double digits. Man, oh man. On the Taji Jewelry Downtown Kenyon scoreboard, it's 61-48. Chaska.
More than 95% of dairy farms in the U.S. are family-owned and operated. Families like your local dairy farmers who love what they do. They take care of their cows like family and work hard to leave the land even better for the next generation. Today's dairy farmers use less land and water than ever before to produce a gallon of milk. All this to provide you with the cheese, yogurt, ice cream, and milk you love. From farm to fridge, real dairy, real local, real good. This message brought to you by the Goodhue County Midwest Dairy Association and the dairy farmers of Goodhue County. Proud to support our communities and wishing all local athletes good luck this season.
Yeah, we'll be naming our players of the game courtesy of the Goodhue County ADA, back for another state boys basketball tournament. They remind us all to get our allotment of dairy products. Who doesn't like ice cream or cheese or, well, I myself am a whole milk guy. Pass goes on the block. Lakeville South looking to dribble penetrate. Here's a triple. Johnson missed it. Well, the shooting has just been off by Lakeville South. Here at the Target Center, they're shooting 36% compared to 50% for Chaska. And Chaska's had a number of threes. There's a three by Cannell. It's no good. Rebound back tapped, chased down by Chaska. They outran South in South's end of the floor to get to that ball. Ooh, he got away with a hook. Pass goes in the corner. Right side, 10-footer is good. Keenan gets his first field goal. And with 5 minutes to go, it's a 63-48 Chaska Hawks lead. Lakeville South just couldn't fill the hole today. Here's a triple, and it's no good. Rebound taken down by Keenan, the freshman. Cannell has it. Doesn't look like they even need Forrest to come back in. I said about 4 minutes. I thought they were calling him in. Now here's a triple. It's no good, but they really can give him a rest here if he wants it. Pass comes on the right side to Johnson. Johnson goes in the lane, went in for the shot. They really collapse, and I mean there are multiple people at that basket. If you're going in, you're going to get hit. Foul's going to be on Metzold. That's his second. At the free throw line is Colin Johnson, and Cougars can't afford to miss these. 4.5 minutes to go. They're down by 15. As he missed the free throw. All of a sudden, they've missed 4 this half. Cougars are 8 for 12 from the free throw line. 6 for 8 are the Hawks. Forrest is still sitting on the cushioned chair with 4.5 minutes to go, and he hits the second free throw. 6 points for Johnson. Coming in for the South Cougars is Swanson, the 6-foot senior, Nicholas Swanson. They put on the pressure here. They have to. Their primary ball handler is out for Chaska. Keep that in mind. Metzold gets it back out top of the key. With the basketball is Jokum. Jokum looks like kind of, you could play guard or forward. He gets away with holding off the defenders literally with his off arm. Driving left baseline. Here's a reverse shot up and in. That was a little, looked like Dr. J. Showing my age there. Cannell got the basket. His second in this game. And we got a turnover by Lakeville South. It's an illegal screen. That was a heck of a reverse layup there by Cannell. So Stewart is going to sit down. 3:57 to go. It's looking like the Chaska Hawks are going to avenge their loss in December to these Lakeville South Cougars. Pass goes right under the basket. Shot up, no good by Herzog. Rebound, yanked down. And bringing the ball up for the Lakeville South Cougars is Green. They're still playing hard right side. Green gets it in the lane. Kicks it on the left wing. Here's a three. It's an air ball. Rebound taken down by Metzold. Metzold gets it ahead to Jochum. Jochum dribbles left side of the lane. Passes it in the lane to Keenan, and it's knocked away, and they're going to have a foul on Lakeville South with 3:23 to go in this one. Foul's going to be on Forrest. Is back in with 3:23 to go. Had the game been different in terms of score, I think he probably would have come in around the 4-minute mark. Johnson's back on the floor, and sitting down for the Cougars is Nicholas Swanson. There's no substitute for the quality service you get at Ackerman Accounting and Tax Service, Owatonna. So Jochum's at the free throw line, his first trip there, and he misses it kind of badly. And coming back the other way is Lakeville South, down 65-49. Shot blocked by Metzold. Going in for the shot was Sanders, and he just rejected it. Forrest on the left side. Herzog gets it back in the corner to Forrest. Forrest will hand it off to Cannell. He'll bring it back out front. Forrest calling for the ball, gets it back. He wants the ball in his hands. He's going to dribble toward his right. And he might have just picked up his, well, I guess he didn't pick up his fifth foul. Could have. He pushed him away. He's going to go to the free throw line instead. Colin Johnson gets called for his second foul. At the free throw line is Tyler Forrest. He's got 13 points. He had 7 in the first half. And he hits the free throw. Of course, he sat on the bench or the cushion chair for a few minutes. Yeah, points in the paint, really not that big of a difference. 6 points, 20-14 in favor of Chaska. Points in the J-Mo's Bowl paint. I love that feature. Hope you do as well. It's 67-49 with 2:48 to go. The Lakeville South Cougars will be playing consolation bracket ball on Thursday. Little spin move in the lane. There's a triple right side. Johnson no good. And it's kind of a microcosm of the game. They can't hit the basket. The ball rolled. I mean, literally, nobody could get their hands on it, and it rolled under the basket. Metzold picked it up and called timeout with 2:29
You
to
said
go.
it last year, but you didn't do it. Now you're thinking again, I gotta find someone to take care of my books. And it's never too late. Ackerman Accounting and Tax Service can do that to ensure next year's tax time is much less stressful. From farming to small businesses, Ackerman Accounting and Tax Services will customize a plan that best fits your needs. Just think, you can have an expert take care of your day-to-day and month-to-month accounting tasks, freeing you up to do what you do best, run your business. They even work with individuals. See what they can do for you. Call Ackerman Accounting and Tax Services today, 451-3399.
Gordy Kosfeld at the KDHL Sports Microphone. I'll be right back here tonight at the Target Center for the 6 o'clock game. The Goodhue Wildcats, Class 2A, the number 1 seed, playing the Perham Yellow Jackets, obviously the number 8 seed. The big old Targets on the back of Goodhue. Goodhue was here a year ago in Class A. This is their 3rd trip to state in a row. I think it's their 7th overall, if I remember right. Highest finish was 2nd back in 2016 against Minneapolis North, and I do remember they were ahead at the half, and the whole place, it was a buzzing. And I think it was here, if I remember right, Target Center. This year, the Timberwolves play tomorrow night here against the Houston Rockets, so no games here tomorrow. Everything's in Williams, I think, for the rest of the week. As coming up the floor, Chaska breaks the press, ends up in a layup as it should. Metzold gets the layup. He's got 19 to lead all players on the floor. Johnson pass it across the lane with 2 minutes to go. Here's a three. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Chaska's Forrest. Forrest bounces it ahead. Going in. Alley-oop to Forrest, but he missed the dunk. They were going to go showtime that time. Jokum tried to scoop alley-oop it to Forrest, and he mistimed his junk or something. I think the ball wasn't quite high enough, to be honest. The ball should have been just a tad higher. But he did have a highlight reel block in the first half, man. If that's not on the tube tonight, I'll be amazed. Riker Sanders at the free throw line. And he makes it. He's got 4 points. He's a senior. South is bringing in some subs here with 1:56 to go. There's no substitute for the quality service you get at Ackerman Accounting and Tax Service in Owatonna. So Sanders will have another free throw, and he missed that one. Some getting ready to come in for him. The ball got deflected out of bounds. No substitutes yet for Chaska, and they're ahead by 19. 69-50 with 1:48 to go. South has got all their starters out there. Starters are out there for Chaska. Now they're bringing guys up off the bench. Forrest brings it across midcourt. That Timberwolf logo. The menacing fangs of the Timberwolf. In the lane, looking to bully his way again, was Jokum. In the corner, Metzold for three. He missed it. Rebound is battled for. Cougars come out of there with it. 1:21 to go. I thought maybe they'd take a timeout to get the subs in here. And I think, the coach just told his guys to do a foul so we can get some guys in there. And I think Forrest might have done it, and you fall out. At the free throw line, not that it matters, is going to be for the Cougars, Cam Bjorklund Armstrong, a 5'9" senior, and he missed it. So the starters are coming out. Metzold and Forrest, Jokum, Herzog, all getting pats on the back and low fives and hugs. As Armstrong will have another free throw here. And he hits it. So he gets a point in the state tournament. He can tell his kids and his grandkids and his great-great-grandkids, and if he lives long enough, his great-great-great-grandkids. 69-51. And we're approaching 1 minute to go in the game. Cannell's off the front. A little move that was, he lost a defender earlier with a move like that. Passes it back out front. They swing it on the left side for three. It's no good. Rebound tapped by Cannell into the middle of the lane. Layup right under the basket is scored by Josh Keenan. Josh Keenan scores. And it's 71-51. Chaska. This was a 2-point game at 42-40 at one point. Scoop off glass and scoring. Well, that was kind of an interesting scoop shot by Tyler Steppen, the 6'2" senior. He scores. With 20 seconds to go, Cannell's got it out front. And his coach is shaking his head like, no. We're dribbling it out. Final score is going to be 71-53 Chaska Hawks. On KDHL-AM Faribault, Minnesota, Town Square Media Station. 71-53 on the Taji Jewelry Downtown Kenyon scoreboard. You don't want just any diamond. You want a Taji Jewelry diamond. Make sure you swing by and see their awesome selection of diamonds. We need to choose our Goodhue County ADA players of the game for the Lakeville South Cougars and the Chaska Hawks in this one. The Goodhue County ADA reminds you to unleash dairy's potential with the power of protein. We'll have that, all of our stats, the service of H&R Block with offices in Lakeville, in Faribault, and in Owatonna. At H&R Block, no computer program can come up with every possible tax question. Believe me, they do. You get your maximum refund guaranteed at H&R
Tax
Block.
changes can be overwhelming and confusing, especially regarding the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. With over 70 years of tax experience, H&R Block knows how to navigate change. They'll take the time to understand your tax situation, explain the new tax laws and how they impact your taxes. And with H&R Block in Faribault, Owatonna, and Lakeville, it's easy to get the convenience and care you deserve. You can just drop off your information and they'll phone you when it's ready. It's so easy at H&R Block, Lakeville, Faribault, and Owatonna. Discover the finest jewelry collection in southern Minnesota, right in downtown Canyon at Todd G. Jewelry. With an extensive selection to suit every style and budget, you'll find everything from timeless watches and elegant jewelry to unique money clips and more. Personalize your gift with a custom engraving. Add a name, a special message, or both to make it truly one of a kind. Because you don't want just any diamond. You want a Todd G. Jewelry diamond.
You said it last year, but you didn't do it. Now you're thinking again, I gotta find someone to take care of my books. And it's never too late. Ackerman Accounting and Tax Service can do that to ensure next year's tax time is much less stressful. From farming to small businesses, Ackerman Accounting and Tax Services will customize a plan that best fits your needs. Just think, you can have an expert take care of your day-to-day and month-to-month accounting tasks, freeing you up to do what you do best, run your business. They even work with individuals. See what they can do for you. Call Ackerman Accounting and Tax Services today, 451-3399.
Well, again, your final score, the Chaska Hawks fly into the semifinals with a 71-53 victory over the Lakeville South Cougars. Of course, Lakeville South out of the South Suburban Conference were the runner-up in that league. They were the number 4 seed, Chaska the number 5 seed, and the Cougars saw their win early in the season reversed in a big way. They won by 7 in December, and they lose by, well, they were down by 20 at one point. They lose by 18 here today. That's right, by 18. Our statistics, the service of the folks who really know how to work numbers. H&R Block offices in Lakeville, in Faribault, and over in Owatonna. They have over 70 years of tax experience. They are, without a doubt, the tax experts. Well, at the conclusion of all of our games here in the tournament, we select Goodhue County ADA players of the game. Goodhue County ADA says studies show consuming dairy products lowers your risk of type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure. Now, I was always a dairy guy, and I have type 2 diabetes. So I wonder where I went wrong. Well, I drank way too much pop out of high school. I should have stuck with milk. No pop was allowed in my home. My dad was a dairy man. He owned a dairy in Spring Valley, Minnesota, owned a creamery in Worthington where I was born, and we were not allowed to have any pop in the house. And the funny thing is after all of us kids leave home, we come back, guess what's in the house? Pop. Yep. 48% shooting in this game for the Chaska Hawks. They shoot 42% from three-point range, had 11 threes. They were 8 of 11 from the free throw line. They out-rebounded by 14, 37-23. They always zero these stats way too early. 14 assists on 26 field goals. They had 2 blocks. There were 14 fouls called on Chaska, and they ended up with 11 turnovers in the game. The Wayzata. They got the other teams on the headliner here. The Lakeville South Cougars shoot 34% for the game. They had 8 threes, 33% from Treyland, and they were 11 of 17 from the free throw line. They had 14 assists on 17 field goals. They had 6 steals. They had 3 blocks, all 3 of them by Sanders, and they had 11 fouls called on them, 6 turnovers. So as you can imagine, points off turnovers were in favor of Lakeville South 10-5, but the points in the J. Moles Bowl paint 24-16 in favor of the Hawks. And here's maybe the top statistic of the game. Second chance points 17-3 in favor of the Hawks. Well, let's choose the players of the game in this one. And I'm going to grab my multicolored pen here to make sure I separate them. The Lakeville South Cougars, of course, lose this game, and we're led in scoring by, let's see here, Nolan Green, the sophomore, 6'5", ended up scoring 13 points. Gavin Stewart, the 6'1" junior, had 16 to lead the way. And Stewart is going to be my player of the game, along with Green for Lakeville South and for the Chaska Hawks. The victors in this one, well, Metzold had a double-double in the game. Not only did he have 19 points and hit 5 of 9 from Treyland, and he was 7 of 11 from the field. He had 10 rebounds in this one and played 35 minutes, did Mr. Metzold. So Metzold, who had 5 threes. Didn't I say that? 5 threes in 9 attempts. Again, finished the game with 19 points to lead everybody on the floor. Obviously, he's going to be one of our players in the game, and I think Tyler Forrest, he really runs the show in terms of getting them in their offense. He had 3 triples in this game. He finished the game. Of course, he sat for a few minutes in the second half with foul trouble, had 15 points on not the best shooting. He missed a few layups. He was 4 of 13. He was 3 of 5 from Treyland, though, and 4 for 4 from the free throw line. He also had 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Jokum also had 4 assists for the Chaska Hawks. But Forrest and Jokum are our players of the game for Chaska. And Stewart and Green, both underclassmen, are our players of the game for the Lakeville South Cougars. Get up next, the Apple Valley Eagles are playing the 2 o'clock game. That game will not be on our airwaves. Neither will the 4 o'clock quarterfinal round Class 4A game. But tonight we'll be right back here for the Class 2A quarterfinal showdown between the Goodhue Wildcats, the number 1 seed, who were in Class A year ago and are in their 3rd state tournament in a row, and the Perham Yellow Jackets, who won the championship back in 2011 in Class 2A. They're here for the 6th time. Goodhue's here for the 7th time. We'll have that game for you tonight. Tomorrow we'll have 2 games as well. Roy Koenig will have both of those from Williams Arena. This is Gordy Kosfeld at the Target Center with your final score again on the Taji Jewelry Downtown Kenyon scoreboard. 71-53. Chaska Hawks prevail. They were up by 6 at the half. Our coverage, again, a service of Taji Jewelry Downtown Kenyon. You don't want just any diamond. You want a Taji Jewelry diamond. By H&R Block with offices in Faribault, Owatonna, and Lakeville, where you get your maximum refund guaranteed. Also by J. Moles Bowl, Faribault, where you always strike a great meal. Points in the paint feature, a service at J. Moles Bowl. Get signed up now for volleyball leagues. They start soon. The deadline is in a couple of weeks. Go to jmosbowl.com for details. jmosbowl.com. They really invite a lot of folks here in the South Metro, or I shouldn't say here in the South Metro, but in the South Metro, like Lakeville, Apple Valley, those places, to come on down and have some fun in Faribault this spring and summer. It's probably not as expensive as it is in the metro area, and you don't have to bother with traffic or nothing. And believe me, the food there is incredible at J. Moles Bowl in Faribault. Their ribs are drop off the bone delicious. The special sauce they have on their ribs, well, they got actually a couple of different choices of sauce, and their fish is phenomenal. They have homemade tartar sauce that's really good too at J-Mo's Bowl in Faribault, where you always strike a great meal. The Goodhue County ADA, reminding us all to unleash dairy's potential with the power of protein. And Ackerman Accounting and Tax Service of Owatonna. There's no substitution for the quality service you receive from the folks at Ackerman Accounting and Tax Service in Owatonna. As we'll be back at 6, probably get underway about 5:50, I would guess. 5:45, 5:50, somewhere in there for the 6 o'clock game here from Target Center between Goodhue and Perham. Until then, this is Gordy Kosfeld. Have a great rest of the afternoon as we turn things back to the KDHLs.